Alright, what's up guys? Gonna be doing a different video than what I normally do. I had a couple people request this through Discord. They were telling me how they don't see anybody doing English alphabet tier lists, and so I was like, yeah, I think that's something I could do. So I spent a little bit of time on this. I spent about an hour or so just kind of really analyzing like which letter I think is most viable. I feel like there's some that might have been a little better in the past, and ever since the most recent patch, I feel like some of them have kind of dropped off. So without further ado, I'm going to pick a song to listen to while I do this, and I think we'll go with this one. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go alphabetically, starting with A, of course, and then ending on this one. So, my first choice, A is going to go in A tier. I think A is a solid letter. B, I'm not a big fan of this letter. Putting him in C. C is gonna go in B tier. I think it has a little bit more use than B. D is also gonna go into C. Don't think it has that many, good matchups right now. E, this is just always a solid letter. I mean, it's in so many letters or words, and I just can't get enough of it. I mean, just look at him. F, I'm not a big fan of this letter, but I don't believe it belongs with its little brother, so I'm gonna put him in D tier. G, I'm not really a big fan of G. He's kind of like a glorified C with a little penis on top. Not a big fan. We're gonna put him in C tier. H, I don't hate this letter. I think it's actually a little bit underrated. It has good matchups with like I and O. It fits well with those, and E, of course. I mean, everything fits with E, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think he's pretty good. I'm also gonna put I in B tier because of his matchup with H. I think they complement each other very well. J doesn't have many uses. It's not in a lot of useful letters or words. Excuse me. I'm not an English major, so I don't know these very well. Letters, words. Anyways, J, going in D tier. Not a big fan. I almost put him in F though. K, not a big fan of K. I think a lot of people run this with 2 other Ks, and that's a little bad. I don't think we can do that anymore. It's a little out of touch, if you know what I mean. So this is my first controversial one, I think. L. I think L is a little bit overrated. I think a lot of people would put L in B or C tier. I'm actually going to put him in D tier. Not a big fan. I think he's just not viable right now. M. So I really like this letter, and I really want to put him in S tier, but I don't think he has enough viability anymore. He got nerfed a little bit 2 patches ago, and so I'm going to put him in A tier, even though I think he's still a very solid letter. N. I'm going to spell chin. That's literally the only reason. I thought it would be really fucking funny. O. I think O is actually pretty viable. I'm going to put O in A tier. P, not really a big fan of P. I think some people fetishize it a little bit too much, so I don't think it's that viable. It's kind of gross. So I'm gonna put him in C. Q, this is my first F. This letter just fucking sucks. I mean, who the fuck gives a shit? R. R is a really solid letter. I'm like borderline considering putting him in S tier. And I think I'm gonna drop him to A tier because I just don't like his fucking face. S is gonna go in S tier. I mean, there's no question about it. This is one of the best letters in the world. I mean, it's just so consistent. I love it. Same with T. I think this T is just such a solid fucking letter. I mean, it's in so many words. It has so many good matchups. It works with so many different letters. Fantastic. Now U has some pretty good uses sometimes, but I feel like it's just not that viable right now. Oh boy, what happened to my music? Oh man. It just stopped. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. It was this one. Alright, so U. We're going to put U in D tier. Not a big fan. V. V is kind of useless. There's just better letters. I'm going to put them in little bit below D tier. Kind of like the D minus tier. He's borderline F. W is just glorified V twice. I don't fucking get it. Fucking stupid. So X, I feel like X is kind of like the black sheep of the alphabet. I feel like he could be more viable, but he just needs to learn some more better matchups like that pair well. Like, he doesn't work well with a lot of the consonants, so I'm gonna go with D. Y, you know, I don't hate Y. I think it's kind of like the sixth vowel, if you will. So I'm gonna put him in C tier. I think he's a little bit underrated. Z. Now, Z is pretty controversial because I don't feel like Z is used that much. I think he's a good replacement for S in a lot of words. So, like, if you're trying to be really cute and funny, you can say, like, lols instead. But without an S, you use a Z. That makes it really funny, right? So, I think he actually has a lot more uses. And plus, pizza is just fucking amazing. So, obviously, he's going to be better than B tier, right? That's just it. Yeah, so, let me pause the music really quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is my list. If you guys want to like and subscribe, make sure you do that, and comment your opinions on this. I mean, I think it's a pretty standard list. I think this is like what most normal people would pick. I don't see any faults with it at all. I'm pretty much perfect all the time, so I don't think you guys are gonna be able to change it very much. But yeah, let me know if you do. Comment below if you want with your own alphabet tier list, and I will make sure to upvote the ones that I agree with. And if you have any controversial opinions, like maybe you think C belongs in C tier or vice versa, like maybe B belongs in B tier, something like that, please let me know and, like, you know, argue it with me, because I'm always down to argue. All right, thanks for watching.